In his case, it informed every single part of his life, from his marriage to the way he treated his children, to the way he treated his staff, to the way he approached disagreement, to the way he thought of other people, which was always primarily as people first. And that was, you know, he was much younger than I am, and I met him when he was a teenager, so I mean, he's literally the age of one of my children. So it was kind of hard to take him seriously at first. And over the years that I knew him, you know, more than 10 years, I ended up learning from him. I'm not just saying this because he's passed. I mean that sincerely. And the main thing that I learned from him was how to disagree with people on topics that you take very seriously and that they take very seriously without hating them or without feeling bitterness. I mean, it wasn't, you know, if people knew what was going on behind the scenes, you know, there was a lot going on behind the scenes, and it was intense. And it was bitter. And, you know, because the divide, particularly in foreign policy questions, is very real in the Republican Party. The neocons versus the realists, or however you want to describe it, he was on the realist side for sure. But he was mad at the people who disagreed with him. He liked them as people. He agreed with them on some things. And he would always say that. You know, I agree. In private, he would say that. And, you know, I was involved in it because people were mad at him for having me at his conferences or for talking to me. And so we had cause to talk about it a lot up until he was assassinated. And I was so struck the whole time. I would say, you know, I would use the ugly language I'm famous for in private, and he would never talk like that. He would say, well, you know, I agree with him on this, but obviously I'm on your side on that. And he just never forgot there was a person behind the views, and that inspired me. And God commands that of us. That's a real commandment, in my opinion. And he lived it.
That's exactly right, Tucker. He treated everybody with respect, and because he genuinely loved people and he genuinely wanted their salvation, he wanted them to have a relationship with God, he wanted them to know the truth, he always treated them with respect, maybe especially when he disagreed with them.